Hello, hello, hello. I don't know why I keep saying that I'm drunk. I haven't had one sip of alcohol today. Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Today's Friday, November 21st.
That'd be shocking.
What's shocking? I don't drink that much
Anymore.
We got a lot to talk about. Apparently, Lane Kiffin deal's done. So that's the rumor on the street. That's the rumor on Twitter. Twitter has been a very outrageous place over the last 3 weeks, specifically this week. At some point in the show, we're going to pull up our screen time.
I want everybody to pull up the screen time of what they had on Twitter.
At some point, we're going to pull up the screen time on Twitter and see how long we've been on that. But there's been a lot of conversations. There's been a lot of rumors. There's been a lot of false statements. There's been a lot of bullshit, to be honest with you. A lot from Florida, a lot from Ole Miss, a lot from LSU. It has been...
a lot from Jimmy Sexton.
It has been a saga, to say the least. It has been a soap opera, whatever you want to call it. It seems like it's finally coming to an end. Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin met today at noon, or maybe still meeting, who knows. But there's been reports saying that it seems like it's a done deal at LSU. We've seen this story before. I will not put the cart before the horse, and I'll say I don't know until it's a thing. I'm going to say it's not going to happen until it happens. But we're going to talk a lot about that. Obviously, LSU is on senior night, has senior night tomorrow at home against Western Kentucky. They are 21.5-point favorites. Van Buren will get the start again. So we're going to talk a little football. We're obviously going to talk some betting. I messed up last week again. I was the one leg of the three-leg parlay that did not hit again. I apologize. I promise we're going to get one. We owe you one. Yeah. We got 2 weeks left of the regular season. We owe you one. We're going to get one. I'm confident what I'm doing this week because I've been fighting against this all year, and I'm just going to go with what I've been screaming for 2 months. What?
If Coach O can come back to LSU, we can hit a parlay.
And let's talk about that for a second. Coach O announced that he would be he'd be willing. He'd be open to returning. No shit.
When 18 goes to 9...
You'd be open to coming back?
I'd imagine I got the itch again.
Hey, I'm open of the Arkansas interviewing for the Arkansas head coach. I would imagine that you are open to that as well. Also, don't believe everything you read. It's obviously a lot of stuff is being thrown out there by representatives of the person. Who knows where it's coming from, but don't always believe it. But we're here to talk all rumors. We're here to talk about everything.
Full room today.
We're joined by Lloyd. Producer Lloyd.
Oh.
We're joined by... That's not Lloyd. Lloyd, definitely not...
Well, I wish.
Definitely not you. We're also joined by our two-time national champion, once in football, once in baseball. First-round draft pick for the Chicago White Sox. Pundit for SEC Network when baseball season comes around. Co-host of Mik'd Up. Recent Texan, Jay Mitch. Welcome, Jay Mitch, to the show. Oh. You're muted.
Boom.
Now you're not.
Okay.
Now you're not.
That's producer Lloyd missing right there. I'm not muted, but recent Texan. Wow, that's a new one. Kind of accurate though.
Yeah, producer Lloyd, doing producer things. We're also joined by the sponsors of our show, of our studio, Southern Regional Medical Center, the brains behind the operations of Southern Regional Medical Center. I was gonna say something. I'm not gonna say it to aggravate you. Charles Harvey. And Jason Ramazan.
I know what you were going with. I know exactly where you were going with that. I know exactly what he was doing. Believe me, I saw that coming.
We've been asking for them to come on the show, and they're here. Jason, more so because he's a degenerate like I am.
Complete degenerate.
Love the action. Love the action.
And everybody likes action.
Look.
You know what I mean?
We were trying before the show. We got going a little late because we were like, obviously Lane Kiffin news, how all of this coaching shift's going to take out, and y'all were talking about what gambling game are you talking about before this? Of like you can't. Oh, Georgia Tech's a trap game.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech, big tomorrow.
You like Georgia Tech?
I like big. I like Haynes King. I like Georgia Tech at home. Pitt.
Okay.
Pitt cost me last week against Notre Dame.
You spite bet.
They cost me too, and I do the same thing.
It's a spite bet.
He's following his emotions,
yes,
and that's
I'm
not
a very
good.
emotional bettor.
Can't do it.
No,
you do like LSU basketball tonight, though.
I love the Tigers. I don't ever bet against LSU basketball.
What's the spread?
See, these are all.
It may or may not be 19.5.
Okay.
I like the Tigers tonight.
Speaking of LSU basketball, did you see the women's covered at 61.5 last night?
Crazy. It was close.
It was very close.
Vegas is amazing.
It could have, how can they
How
pick?
do they know?
How can they pick the spread on a women's game that close?
Are they still like sharpening the pencil on this? Like, or are we just running it through AI? Because who's the sad sack that has to go LSU women's basketball versus
but here's the deal.
insert
At
team
that
and be
point,
like, I got to get this number right.
But here's the deal. At that point, you're doing it because the guy is not looking at the teams. He's looking at the numbers, and he's a nerd.
That's what I'm saying.
He loves numbers.
You've been assigned.
It doesn't
this.
matter what the team name is. It's just, hey, what are the numbers on both sides, and where's the number going to land?
And that's what we're trying to win against.
Yes.
Yeah. But let's talk about that, though, real quick. A lot of offense in the PMAC so far for both men's and women's.
A lot of.
I mean, the men are averaging 99 a game. The women are scoring over 100 a game. There's a lot of offense.
A lot of offense. And look, they're going to have, obviously, Omaha was a tournament team last year. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be a little bit of a leg up in competition. And then you go out, was it next Sunday or next
Friday night?
Next Friday night, you're going to Boston College.
No. Next Friday, we're in
Drake.
Destin. We're in Destin against Drake.
And then you got Boston College after that.
You potentially will play Georgia Tech or DePaul on Saturday, depending on what happens against Drake. But then you're at Boston College, and you get Texas Tech, then you get SMU.
So it's going to ramp up.
It ramps up. And also, Markel Sutton is a former Omaha player.
There you go.
So a little...
Look at this, bringing the basketball conversation.
Yeah, we can
I
give
love
you,
that.
these two guys right here on the screen right now can talk some men's basketball.
I love that.
For you.
And I love basketball. I want them to do good. And so it is encouraging what we've seen. Now, we're going to get back to basketball, but we got to get to a little bit. We don't want to bury the lead here.
That's right.
The coaching carousel has been very interesting and has been very filled with a lot of rumors and a lot of real things, a lot of fake things, but things that you don't know. It's like the common day era. It's a modern day era of misinformation. You just don't know what to believe. At this point, I won't believe it until I see LSU post it and say Lane Kiffin is the head coach at Louisiana State University. And I won't believe it until then. Jared, are you feeling the same way? Because listen, there's a lot of smoke, and usually we've talked about this. When there's that much smoke around something for this long, it just doesn't make me feel great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Usually, when you're getting this much information and or so said information coming out about whatever the subject is, and this isn't even just like an LSU thing. It kind of goes across the landscape of this thing. It's usually a smoke signal. For me, it almost kind of feels a little bit even more like a smoke signal because of who said agent is that's involved with this, right? Like, he has a stranglehold on the market here. So it is very easy for him to be playing puppeteer and putting this thing together how he wants. I don't love the amount of information coming out without it actually being across the finish line, or at least that we know across the finish line. So I don't feel comfortable with it, but I do still think there's a good chance that it may happen that Lane will end up being the next head coach at LSU.
Correct. I think so too. It feels like it's been trending this way. Like I said, I'm not going to say it's a for sure thing, but everything that we've heard and everybody that I've talked to, nobody's making the decisions that I've talked to, but it feels like that's the situation that's going to happen. You haven't really heard about who the backup plan is. If it doesn't happen, I think you've heard a few names, but out of those few names, there's got to be someone next on the list, but you haven't really heard about that. It's chips all in for Lane.
I'll ask this to you in particular. Usually you're very optimistic. Is it because of the previous history of LSU being sextoned that you're negative about this? You didn't get Jimbo Fisher across the line. You get Tom Herman across the line.
That's obviously, I think to me that's the bigger part of it for me is Lane Kiffin. You
don't trust him?
It's not that I don't trust him, but Lane Kiffin he hasn't said he's coming to LSU. He hasn't said he's leaving Ole Miss. He hasn't said he's going to Florida. So
he's doing his due diligence.
But that's my thing. I don't know where he's going to go. My thing is Lane Kiffin can change his mind at any point. So I just don't know.
You don't think him saying enjoy it right now, what we have at Ole Miss, is him saying I'm leaving?
I'm not doing the whole Swiftie fan thing and reading between lines and stuff and reading these
parables,
Jesus parables that he's posting with the 225. I don't look into all that. I'm not reading through in between the lines of that kind of stuff. If you're asking me why I feel that way, because I feel that Lane Kiffin, I think do I ultimately think he's going to be here? Sure. But I'm not allowing myself to get my hopes up. I want to keep my hopes at a lower, because I believe that he could wake up today and say, I changed my mind. I'm gonna stay here.
I will say this: when it comes to Lane, here's the thing too, Lloyd. This is what I think. This is just
a regular fan, not somebody that's been in the media. Oh, I'm sorry, Jerry.
No, go ahead, Jay.
Sorry,
He can't hear you. He can't hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead. Go. You go, Jay. You go.
No, all I was gonna say was when it comes to Lane, like understand, like Lane already has a good time, kind of messing with the media and doing what he does on these social accounts and stuff. I think he's smart enough to know that the last thing I need to be doing is dumping more effort into that than what's normal for me already, and then go out and lay an egg in a potential game this weekend. So I don't think that he's looking at this time as let me do more messing with, because there's just too much of a divided focus. I think maybe Lane 5 to 10 years ago, maybe that's a conversation. I think he's gotten to a spot in his life where it's like, I like doing these things. I'll keep that pace up, but I'm not going to do more of that because of what can happen on the other side of it if I'm not taking care of business, if you will.
Yeah, I just look.
I mean, it's a bye week. And I think he's trying to keep it status as.
Yeah, but they're not saying that with their thumb up their butt on a bye week. I mean, what are we talking about here?
I agree with Jared. Like, the longer this plays out, we keep getting told 12 hours, 24 hours. You can know in 24 hours,
the first
48 hours. The longer this drags out, I don't think it plays well for LSU.
That's my feel. And you asked me why. I don't have a reasoning other than that's just my gut. I've said this many times. It's just my gut feeling. As a fan, Jason, what you were going to say, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I'm all in on Lane, right? Okay. And it's here's the thing. I'm not ashamed to say that I was Team BK up until a month or so ago. But as a fan, to see what Lane Kiffin can do with this group of talent, with this, there's only so many. I think the statement has been made. There's only so many 100,000 seat stadiums, right? You can fit Hemingway inside of Tiger Stadium. Right. I think with what he could do here, look, it's tough. That's the game you circle in the schedule every year as a fan and go, we're not going to beat Ole Miss at Ole Miss, right? They out scheme you, they out coach you. To think what he can do with these guys, these dudes, is unbelievable. I'm all in on him, and it will be very disappointing if he chooses elsewhere. But I am prepared for it just in case.
Correct. And that's kind of how I feel, right? Like, I'm not off Lane Kiffin. I would want Lane Kiffin to be our head coach. Like that's would be my number one choice. But I am smells good. I am
McDonald's got delivered. I'm not gonna lie.
Lunch has been delivered.
McDonald's got delivered.
I'm keeping my reservations
on the decision. I want to keep my reservations on the decision until it's made. Now, you talk about what he can do here, right? Everybody talks about why is this sustainable? Like, it's more sustainable at LSU. All of those things. Sure, we can go down that rabbit hole, but he is trying to negotiate. His obviously salary is going to be big, but the NIL packages are a huge thing. And a lot of people are like, well, look, Lane goes to the NIL thing a lot of times he builds his teams. Yeah, he does that. Because Ole Miss is not as easy to recruit at Ole Miss as it is at LSU. I think at LSU, he's going to be able to have that NIL money and go out and get some of the transfers. But I also believe he's going to be able to go and bring these guys in and have these recruits and pay them to stay and be able to develop over a longer period of time compared to what he's been doing at Ole Miss. So I think he sees the value in both of those things, and that's what makes it so intriguing for him to come to LSU, because he has the support to do that, but he also has the recruiting infrastructure. And Ole Miss fans are going to argue, oh, well, look, he's been recruiting very well at Ole Miss, and he's been bringing those guys in there. Yeah, for sure. But he's been coming down here to get them. He's been going. It has to work harder to go bring them down there. You wake up and you have a top 5 recruiting class.
So look at this. If look, I definitely want Lane Kiffin. That is a home run hire for LSU. He's young. He's energetic. I think the fans will be behind him. Look at what you say. What he can do. The facilities here have to be nice. I've never seen Ole Miss's facilities, but they're brand new. We just built this big old rehab facility. Unbelievable. Look at that. Everybody's going to be sharing. Rev share, you're going to have a set amount of money that every team's going to only be able to spend. Football's only going to be able to spend X number of dollars, and it's got to go third party. People are going to want to come to LSU because of him, because of the facilities. And then if he keeps Corey Raymond, he keeps Frank Wilson, maybe some defense, Austin Thomas on the staff, literally, I think Ed Ogeron said it when he got the job. He was going to put up a fence around Louisiana. You're doing that with Lane
Correct.
Kiffin if he keeps
Correct.
those people,
Correct.
key people in the state.
Well, look, the biggest conversation. I mean, the biggest, the biggest issue people had with Brian Kelly early on was he was trying to recruit nationally, and he was letting big guys get out of the state. Well, he brought Frank Wilson back, and he brought Corey Raymond back, and they got 10 of the top 12 recruits from Louisiana to come to LSU last year, right? So you're starting to build that fence. Now you have Lane Kiffin, who was one of the biggest culprits of trying to come in here and pluck it because his defensive coordinator is from Louisiana, has a very good track record of recruiting in Louisiana, and Pete Golding. And so both of those, they would come down here and they would pluck some talent from Louisiana. Now you're bringing Lane here with the fences you've already built. I think that's a huge thing. You're also going to get a lot more money being brought back into the program that people maybe have said, I don't want to really donate to the previous regime because I didn't really believe in BK or didn't like Scott, whatever it was. I think those guys come back. Go ahead.
Well, I'll say this too because I do think, and it's just my belief, right? I think this is where this thing is right now. In my eyes, for all intents and purposes, when you talk about NIL packages, it's really a fancy way of saying still how much money is going to the head coach. Like, this isn't the NFL model yet where the front office is dealing with, literally solely dealing with the players and how we're going to put this roster together. And here it is, coach, go coach them. Coaches are still heavily involved on who they're going to go get, who's coming into this thing. And I'd be damned if any coach at college level right now is signing on for, you just give me the roster. I don't care. I'll make it happen. I think they're involved in this. They want to know who. They have their fingers on who. They're pointing out the players that they want there. And it's, hey, go get these guys. So in my mind right now, this NIL package, at the end of the day, it's still really wrapped around, well, who's the head guy, right? Because it's obviously going to be going to that. But if it fails, well, these are players you wanted. So if they're not playing well, this has to go on you.
Correct.
So I think that it's still in that spot at this point, and I think that's kind of important to understand that it's not just about what kind of money, because like you said, I think early on it was probably a lot more of, well, let's go ahead and get behind this Brian Kelly thing. And then later on it was, I don't really believe in this. I don't know if we donate to that. Right, and I think early on, any time at least, that's what it still is when you bring in a new head coach. Is that NIL package it's attached to how much people believe in what you can do.
Correct.
Right? And so it's all about what the coach is.
Correct, 100%. Right. If you go bring in, and this is no disrespect to anybody else, but if you go bring someone that doesn't really move the needle as much as Lane Kiffin, some of these people may not be it may be a harder conversation to go and get them to convince them to go out and put more money in there. Now, if Lane goes out there and lays an egg here and doesn't win, which I don't think is going to happen, then people are going to say, oh, well, wait a minute. Like, okay, maybe I don't believe in it, but I don't believe that's going to be the case. I believe he's going to come out here, he's going to win, and people are going to continue to support it. But, yeah, I'm with you. Like, you're going to support it as much as the coach makes you believe in it.
Well, I don't know if this is fair or not, but I wanted to ask you, Charles. You've been in the NIL space before, with men's basketball. Like, what is that conversation like whenever you have a new head coach come in?
Usually, it's not the coach. Usually, it's somebody around them, or it's somebody.
No, to try to sell like this.
Oh,
guy that's
yeah.
coming
I mean,
in, and it's like this is kind of what we're
I
doing
agree with
here.
Jared. Like, here's the thing, and you, Mikey, is so you go get somebody like, let's just say John Summerall. People are going to back off and hold tight to their money and go, let me see what this guy can do for a year or two. Right. I mean, look, remember, Brian Kelly came in and won his first year. Well, but I got to put my money behind this. Right. And so it's hard. Look, it's hard.
Oh, and he didn't even want you to do it.
Right. I mean, Brian Kelly was very standoffish when he got here. He wasn't like, that's why everybody said he didn't adopt the culture here. He was just a standoff type of guy. Nothing against him. I think he got better over time, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Look, you come into a new place, you got to know who you can trust, who you can't trust. People trying to get at you, especially here in Louisiana.
Not easy waters to navigate.
People are trying to get at you. What does this guy want from me? It just depends. Like it's not easy. To me, you want to look at a coach. Look, Matt McMahon came in, great guy, super great guy. I wasn't a big fan of him. I was good friends with Will. I've become really close to Matt McMahon. Great guy. He deserves to win. He's a great coach. But when you first, it's like a courtship. You gotta kind of hang out.
First date.
And you gotta kind of hang out and see what's your alignment. What are you thinking? And then you got to see how the players adapt. And then you got to go figure out what players you're going to get behind. And then that's That's like taking Jason's weekly bets. You never know which one's going to pan out, and so it's difficult. And then football's a different beast than basketball. Football, that's a lot of money you're throwing out to football. Basketball, it's money, a lot of money, but it's not what you're throwing at football players.
But only ask because I feel like it's going to be the way that Lane has navigated, if it is Lane Kiffin, the way that he's navigated through recruiting versus the transfer portal. He's been very portal heavy, so that's going to be a huge contingency of what he's asking for. This is the way that I've always done it. He's never really been in a spot that he can recruit. You can't really recruit at Florida Atlantic, whatever, who wants to go there, right? Then he goes, and whenever he's at Alabama, he's not the lead recruiter. He's like, I'm on a very tight leash connected to Nick Saban. They really won't let me go anywhere. And now whenever he's at Ole Miss, that's a hard place to recruit from and recruit to. And so it's like we have to pay.
Right.
Now at LSU, you can combine the two, and I think that's the sexiest thing that he has to look at is like, imagine marrying Frank Wilson, Austin Thomas, and the ability that I have with the transfer portal to be able to find and identify talent. If you put all those three things together, you're building a winner.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think that's why it's an automatic. It would, for me, if you put all those things on the table in front of me, it's an automatic yes.
Correct.
What's stopping you?
I'm not. I agree with everything you're saying. Like the argument. I'm not even making an argument, but my concern is not with is LSU the better opportunity for him. It's just is it something that
I think we've all fallen victim to Twitter. I think we've all fallen victim to conjecture.
And everybody's got sources.
Let's
huh?
put exactly.
My sources. I'm like Jesus Christ. Where are your sources at?
Yeah, I mean, look, if we're being fair, if we're not being homers on this situation, I think it's fair to say this too. Like, these coaches that reach this height in their career, that reach these spots, they love competition as well.
Yeah, right.
And we can sit here and say we think, and it probably is, the better job is LSU. But what part of Lane doesn't say, man, I'd love to go dominate Miami and Florida State and the state of Florida and still dominate the entire SEC as well, because I've seen it done before.
Right.
So, and that's why I sit here and say, the more as this time goes on and we keep hearing things, but it's not across the finish line, or at least publicly, it makes me have reservation, because that sleeping dog that you haven't heard anything about in a while that is, let's be honest, man, at the height of both of these college places, these institutions, it's 1-0. Let's be honest. I've been there, got my ass smacked, and the place was crazy. We brought them to Tiger Stadium and smacked that ass, and the place was crazy. So I've seen both of them on 10, right? And when I think of it in that situation, we can sit here and say, yes, maybe this is the best route, but that may not be what may be at the top of his list.
Correct. And in the same breath, you're talking about LSU, you're talking about Florida, and you're talking about challenges of being competitive. He can say, well, look, over the last 3 years, Ole Miss has been better than LSU and Florida because of me. And so I've built this. We've put ourselves in a position to go into the playoffs and make a championship run this year. I'm not going backwards. I've only gotten better. And if he says, hey, this is the challenge that I want to continue to build that, who's to say that's not what he wants to do? I'm not saying that's the decision he's going to make. But if we're going to talk about all those things, Ole Miss is right there in the mix too. Over the last 3 years, they've been the better program. That has been a fact.
No doubt.
I want to bring up too, something real simple. Look, I get it. I know what the history was of that place before Nick Saban showed up to Tuscaloosa. Look at the economy of when he showed up in Tuscaloosa and when he left there.
Right.
That place looks, feels, and is completely different. And Lane got to be right in the middle of that and saw it all. Who's to say that he doesn't want to do it at Ole Miss? And I don't think that that's at the top of his list. I really don't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, who's to say that he says, I got this ball rolling and it's going downhill, meaning in a good way already? I want to change the landscape here like Nick was able to change the landscape in Tuscaloosa.
Correct. And the other thing, that obviously the homer side of it is saying, hey, I can do what he did at Alabama easier at LSU than I can at Ole Miss. Right? That. And so there is a conversation for all three schools, and this is
legitimate points.
Correct. And this is part of the decision that Lane is going to make. Right? And it's hard to leave somewhere where you've become comfortable at. And to go somewhere else would start all over.
And look, let's be honest. Pressure at Florida big time right now because Florida it's kind of been on a losing streak.
Right.
Big time pressure here at LSU. We just fired a coach that in his first year went to the SEC championship. Ole Miss, if he stays at Ole Miss, takes the money and just wins 10 games every year, he's a god. They put a statue up for him.
Correct.
But these, like Jared said, these guys, it's a competition. I want to win the big game. Look, chances of him going back to the playoff at Ole Miss in the next 5 years. 1 in 5, maybe.
It's up to him.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, look, you just don't know. And so I agree with you.
We've had coaches stumble into national championships, much less have to will their way into one.
Correct.
And that's what I would see if I were him.
No doubt. And look, that's part of the conversation. But he's looking at all three jobs, and he's looking at the pros and cons of all three. I agree. I'm taking the homerness out of it. We're LSU fans.
No, I'm saying from his perspective.
100% LSU fan. Look, we all bleed purple and gold.
Yeah,
everybody in this room. But you got to be real. I mean, look, that's the problem with fans. Listen, Ole Miss really screwed up when their fan base turned on him when his name got thrown out. I mean, look, bottom line is Lane Kiffin controls college football right now. He makes this decision, everything falls in place. Everybody's holding their breath to see the next school, who do we go after? Right. If he comes here, Florida's got to jump on a coach quickly. And then Ole Miss. And then Arkansas. I think the dominoes will fall. He's a powerful man right now. Yeah. And I got to be honest with you, he's handling it pretty well.
I agree.
He can't come out and say, I want the LSU job. It's just not the way.
The offer.
And bottom line is 2 people getting rich out of this deal. Him and Jimmy Sexton.
Yep.
And look, rightfully so. Good job for them, man. Yeah. I got to be honest with you.
There might be one more coach, and Jimmy may have him too that goes to Florida. Who knows?
Correct. I don't know his client list, but you're right.
It's long.
He's making a lot of money. Like, well, if you don't get this guy, go for this guy. You know, I mean, look, I don't blame him. I mean, I don't fault him for it, but this is the world we live in. Look, just like the NIL world, that's the world we live in. And if you think you're going to get rid of it, you're gone. You're.
I think it's also fair to say this too. And like, we're speaking as known LSU fans, but let's just tell the truth of the tale of time, like of history. Do you know what it would take at Ole Miss from present day going forward for you to truly look at Ole Miss and say they are a perennial playoff blue blood program?
Yeah, you have to do it for a long time.
It would take a whole lot. And so I guess what I mean by that is if you're an Ole Miss fan, if you're telling the truth about it, you had to know that if any said head coach comes in there right now, there is a strong possibility that this is a stepping stool school, and I don't even mean going to the NFL, in my own damn conference. And that's what you have to understand if you're part of that fan base. And it seems that Lane right now, it seems that he at least thinks of it the same way.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Correct. I mean, it's just if you weigh all the pros and cons, do I believe LSU has the most upside, the most longevity, all that stuff? I do. But there's other things that may be more important to Lane that he wants, that he's valuing. And that's all I'm saying. I think,
what?
I don't know. I don't know what's in Lane's mind. I'm saying, and you have to take into consideration that Lane is thinking of something that maybe makes him tick that we're not thinking of. I don't know what's in his head. I don't know how he thinks. I don't know him personally. But there's other people make different things, make different people tick.
But this is the same thing we've gone on. We've gone through as LSU fans with Nick Saban. Remember when Nick Saban was toying with the idea to go to the NFL? It literally drug out for, I think,
that's why Tiger droppings exist.
Several weeks. You know, with the High Zingers flying his plane in, we put it on the tarmac. We meeting with this. Nick Saban's meeting with Jimmy Sexton. There he is again, Jimmy Sexton. I mean, this guy. I gotta be honest with you. When does he retire? No offense. He's got to have more money than Jesus. I mean, he's got to be on Forbes 500 list, correct?
No shit.
I mean, seriously, did he represent you?
No, I wish.
Jared, did he represent you?
I think.
Me and Mikey might still be playing if you did. Apparently, he's got like
Scott Boras blocked it.
Yeah, I think he's just a coach's agent.
He has a few players on his list, but this is what his specialty is.
I mean, he's a genius. You can't beat him, and you can't. And so, look, I guess, is it up to Lane or is it up to Jimmy Sexton?
And that's part of it. I mean, you saw Nick Saban say it on television where he's like, "Don't let Jimmy hear some of these numbers. Like, don't let
keep him away from Jimmy. Keep Miss Terry away from
Terry. My wife.
So
Miss
Jimmy
Terry away
Sexton
from Jimmy
is number 22.
$3 billion worth of deals.
This is 2020. This was 2020.
And what is his net worth?
So no, this was Jimmy Sexton's number 22 on Forbes' 2020 sports agents list. That was in 2020.
Oh, so
I imagine he's
going up.
I don't know.
I'll give you two.
He lost money.
I'll give you two
He's
other
had
coaches.
a hell of a 5-year boom. I can promise you that.
I'll give you two other coaches that he has. Matt McMahon, I think it's Matt McMahon's agent, and I think he's Will Wade's agent.
Is he?
Oh, that won't come into play anytime soon.
No, I don't know what you're talking
So
about.
Forbes said that Jimmy Sexton's commissions in 2020 were $31 million. By 2023, they said that was about 23.1, built off of a jaw-dropping $613 million in negotiated deals of 2023. Now this is
AOL.
almost
I haven't
3
seen AOL in
This
a
is
while.
AOL. I'm reading the same thing. That's where I'm at.
You got mail.
I feel left out. I have no computer. I feel left out. You all give it.
Podcast game.
Keep throwing it at me, man. Keep throwing the information at.
I don't know. It doesn't say what his over $3 billion in deals.
So if he takes, what percent commission do you get as an agent normally?
3 to
Agents in
5,
college football
somewhere
often
in there.
pull in between 3 to 10% commissions. Let's just say 6%.
Off of 600 million.
And the NFLPA caps it
$3
off at
billion.
3% because he's had some NFL guys too.
Let's just say he's worth a cool $300 million.
Can we talk about the really?
nice.
Can we really talk about the elephant in the room?
Why does he care so much?
Can we talk about the elephant? I'm gonna change this a little bit.
Okay.
So if Lane Kiffin comes here, and there's rumors that Ed Orgeron wants to be back on his staff, does Derek Panansky come back?
I think Derek Panansky's happy where he's at.
Does he bring a binder with him?
This is the binder. It's just you just change the page to another page.
I think Panansky is. I think he's okay. I think he's staying where he's at. I think he's happy. He's in the agent world too.
I love it. I know. I'm waiting for his name to be popped
He's
out
in the
here.
agent
Huh?
world too. Maybe he's the heir apparent to Jimmy Sexton. Who knows?
That would be great.
Wouldn't that be?
That would be great.
Whoever it is, though, you're sitting on a gold mine.
Correct.
Wouldn't that be?
the epitome. Don't fuck it up.
Wouldn't that be a turn of events?
I mean, he has to retire at some point. But yeah,
He's 62.
There
Well, so he's got 5 years
60-something.
Yeah.
till his Social Security kicks in.
Yeah.
67 maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, hell, we were asking what Brian Kelly would still be coaching if he was still under his contract. 67, he would have retired at what? 72?
70.
70. Yeah, smooth 70.
If he played that contract out.
Yeah.
60, I think he was 60 when they hired him.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. Think about that. Brian Kelly was 60. Lane Kiffin's 50. They don't look anywhere close.
Nowhere close.
They look 20 years different.
All right, but look at the similarities. If we're really paying Lane Kiffin $14 million over 7 years, it's the same thing we were paying Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. About.
Hold on, let me look at this.
We hired Saban at 49, right? Saban was 49 when LSU hired him.
A young 49, as they say.
And
young 50.
I would argue Lane's a younger 50.
Yeah, absolutely. He
Lane's-
does hot yoga.
Look, he looks great.
We did it with the AD.
I mean, look, somebody. That's the way we could lure him here. Give him a membership to a hot yoga place.
They did hot yoga at Fred's
Yoga
today.
Pilates, baby.
Yeah,
Yoga
yoga
Pilates. Bring him in there.
I'm not doing it, but
Um,
well, I've got
You won't,
McDonald's.
need, you won't need to give a membership to Coach O. Just give her do enough for it.
yeah, it
That's all
feels.
he needs.
It
Pavement, baby.
does feel like this decision will be made here this weekend, though, right?
Sunday.
I think the decision's been made. I think we just don't know. They're keeping it from everybody.
I agree.
they're
Well, I
meeting
guess
right now.
the announcement.
The announcement. And I don't like that the announcement sits and holds.
right.
The longer you wait,
Unless it's signed already.
unless it's signed, get
Unless
it
it's
like
signed
Jared
already.
said, get it across the finish line, because otherwise anything can happen.
Because
I've seen Tom Herman come across the Tigger on Thanksgiving. Oh, speaking of
Where is he?
not coaching anymore.
hot yoga.
Ooh,
That's
Ooh.
Lane when he first got there.
ooh, he had to be 240.
He had to be.
Wow, good for you, dude. Stop drinking and hot
I
yoga.
thought that was Kyle Williams. That's not Lane. That guy,
That is
was the
him.
defensive tackle in the league.
It does.
Wow,
It does look like Colin Williams.
wow. Lane stopped drinking, did hot yoga, turned himself around. He looked like he was in his 50s there. He was not.
No.
The other thing is everybody's got to stop with all of this airplane tracking.
Oh, yeah.
Like there was a plane that left Baton Rouge, went to Oxford, was coming back to Baton Rouge, diverted to Gainesville. Come on, stop. Are they really going to put Lane Kiffin on a Honda jet? Or any of his family? Seriously, like
Right.
I mean, come on, the guy's if he gets this deal and it's $14 million over 7 years, is $98 million. Are they really going to put him on a Honda jet?
No.
Seriously.
Not just that too. Like if everybody knows about the plane tracking stuff at this point, don't you think they're like, hey, we probably should be a step ahead of this a little bit so we can kind of keep this concealed just a bit? Maybe?
Just a tad bit. Just a tad bit.
People are obsessed.
And if somebody really, whoever has the money that has a Honda Jet that flew it to Oxford, back to Baton Rouge and diverted it to, or was coming back and diverted it over to Gainesville, you got more money than Jesus, and you're just playing with people.
Taylor Swift carbon emissions.
Exactly. Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah.
Yeah, blood diamonds.
Unbelievable.
But that's what people think. They're like, oh, they're flying a plane with just a pilot in it, just to fool people that are looking on the internet.
Lloyd, what's your daily average?
Oh,
Twitter?
God. I really don't want to check.
I don't know how to check that.
Mine's actually not that bad.
How do you check settings?
You go to screen time. You go to screen time, and then you go down to...
Week?
Well, no, you go to... It says see all app and website activity.
I'm here. This week?
Yeah.
It's 7
How do you
hours.
go this week?
7 hours.
Where do you see that? I just see...
I haven't updated my phone, though. I'm still on iOS 8.
Oh.
The new ones
All
are
right,
garbage.
I got to go.
Oh.
Appreciate you guys.
There you
Dude,
go.
you've been a blast. Come in any
Yeah, this
time.
is great. Appreciate you.
Thank y'all. Good
My
seeing
daily
y'all.
average is an hour and 20 minutes. But I don't know how that works.
Yesterday I was on the phone. Screen time was 10 hours and 19 minutes.
Wow.
That's not good.
No, that's better. That's way worse than me.
Well, this is my job.
You're right. You're right.
How long was I on Twitter? Oh, God, that's even worse. It says you can add a limit. So on Thursday, I was on it for 3 hours and 30 minutes, just Twitter.
Wow.
That's a long time, Lloyd.
10
I'm
hours-
aware.
10
Let me
hours
look at
on
my
Sunday is
eyes.
Wild. 10 hours.
That's a
on
lot of your
Sunday.
life right there, Lloyd. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't expecting to hear that much.
But I have nothing, this is what I have to do. Like, if it's on a laptop, is that different?
No, it's the same thing.
Right. So you probably in between both. Everybody's looking at the screen
No,
at some point.
I don't look at Twitter during the day on my computer.
I'm trying to
On my
find
computer.
Scoop.
I am too. I look at it on my phone, but I look at it on my computer.
That's what I'm saying. But if you look at a computer for 6 hours and Twitter for 3 hours, but Twitter's on your computer, not that bad. 10 hours is jarring for me as well. Just trying to find a happy medium here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get roasted in the chat.
Let's get to
Chat,
this.
drop your screen
I
time.
guess there's really nothing we can say other than the fact that it's just a wait and see game right now. Like, I think Lane Kiffin comes here, but I hope Lane Kiffin comes here. I just want to see it. I just want to hear it announced. Everything that I've heard points to him coming here. I'll say that.
Would you say? I would say. I think we all would say. If it's going to be announced, it probably won't be today.
It feels like it'll be Sunday after senior.
When did Nick Saban get announced?
I don't know. When did he?
Sunday.
That's when everybody gets announced. It feels like in college because you get the NFL you get the NFL deal, and it's like just like a soft landing.
Well,
type
and
of
you get
thing.
the Saturday. I know this is just me thinking.
And
but
it
like
doesn't consume the Saturday games.
Right, you kind of protect because the last time there was going to be a coaching announcement that I remember on a Saturday was Kirk Herbstreit without his dog talking about Les Miles going to Michigan during the SEC championship. Then he called an impromptu conference and said, "Nah, my damn strong football team is going to go out and win today."
You mean that conference that he called after our team meeting as well?
Yeah. And Kirk Herbstreit was on TV going, "He's going to Michigan." It's like, I don't fucking think so.
Right.
What was that team meeting like?
Very short. I know
staying.
you heard all the things going on. I ain't going anywhere. I'm here. Got a meeting. Let's get a ball game done. We'll do all that. Like, it was pretty short.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, it was pretty short and pretty direct. Like, it wasn't, yeah.
Did you believe him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we knew he was going to do the press conference after.
Ryan Perlew, ball up top.
Yeah. That I didn't remember, but yes. Well, sure.
But yeah, I mean, like I believe it'll be on Sunday. They'll announce it on Sunday. Then Ole Miss will come out and announce. They'll give Ole Miss. I think they know now, right? I think
It's happening now.
I think after that meeting in Oxford, they know what's going on and the decision he made. I think LSU, Florida, everyone knows the situation that's going on. They're not going to announce it till Sunday. It allows Ole Miss to pivot. It allows Ole Miss to say, okay, this is going to be the interim guy for the bowl game. This blah 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 blah, and it allows them to kind of get everything in order. So yeah, I think Sunday is going to be when the announcement is made, and hopefully it's what everybody thinks it is.
And just another tidbit of news. Per Piper Hutchinson, who has been all over this, Brian Kelly versus LSU Board of Regents versus...
That lasted 27 minutes.
Yeah. In a statement, LSU says...
Officially fired him today.
Says firing a coach who makes more than $250,000 requires board approval. Historically, this has not been enforced. Judge Sloan was fired shortly after Brian Kelly, but the board took no action on him. Is he officially fired again? More questions than answers. After less than 30 minutes.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think anybody heard anything you just said.
Did I read it too fast?
Yeah.
Oh. In a statement, hashtag LSU says firing a coach who makes more than $250,000 requires board approval. Historically, this has not been enforced. Judge Sloan was fired shortly after Brian Kelly, but the board took no action on him. Is he officially fired? Again, more questions than answers. Following up, after less than 30 minutes in executive session, the LSU Board of Supervisors has voted to review and potentially send Brian Kelly a written notice of termination, which seems a little late. Board Chairman Scott Ballard and General Counsel Trey Jones declined questions about the grounds of termination.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like, doesn't tell you. It hasn't answered anything, but I mean, what do you want us to?
No, I'm just saying. Look, that's what the buyout's about.
Yeah, I know.
So apparently people think that's what matters whenever you can't hire Lane Kiffin because you're broke.
But you're not.
But you're not. That was my point.
Okay.
We can pay $53 million and then $30 million on top of that.
Because you know what happens?
The state gets better.
If you get the guy and you win, you make all that up.
In a year.
Yep. So, part of Jared's point earlier was how the economy in Tuscaloosa has changed from when Saban got there to when Saban left. I would say that football, having a good football team and a successful football team, is good for the economy. It brings in a lot more money. I think that's the play. You make the investment, hit on it this time, and make it up on the back end. That would be the situation. All right, let's get to some gambling, please.
Let's get to some gambling, please.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like?
I don't know. Have you even looked at the slate of games?
I have a slate of games right here, and I'll read you off some of the picks that maybe were around.
Okay.
Week 13. These are just some hand-picked games that I think everybody has a little bit of interest in.
There we go.
Western Kentucky at LSU, minus 23.5.
21.5 now?
It has moved. Missouri at Oklahoma, minus 7.5.
That is.
USC at Oregon, minus 9.5. Arkansas at Texas, minus 9.5.
Jason says hammer Arkansas.
I am on the train with him. That's
Are
going
you?
to be my pick is Arkansas.
For the parlay?
Yes.
Why do we keep taking these risky picks? I thought we were trying to win.
I won last week.
You did, but that wasn't risky.
What?
Mine was riskiest, and it didn't work out.
Yeah, but okay. So the reason, and this is partly Jared's fault, but the rumor mill spins in Texas. There's a lot going on over there. I don't think they'll be as focused. You have an Arkansas team with Petrino who still thinks probably maybe if they can't get a head coach that this could be my job. Why not go in there and try to win another football game? And Texas, have they beaten anybody by 10 points? That's a Power 5 team?
Yeah, they beat, was it Oklahoma? Did they play Oklahoma?
Mm-hmm. They didn't beat them by 10.
What was didn't they just beat somebody?
Let's see.
Let's
if
see, I'm
you
looking
have
up.
to ask.
I'm going to look them up right now. All right, they beat.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, they did not.
Yep.
Oklahoma, 23-6.
Yeah, but John Mateer came back, and he was clearly hurt.
Right.
And then,
that was really
then
it.
they went to overtime against Kentucky.
Yep.
They beat Mississippi State by a touchdown in overtime, and they beat Vanderbilt by 3,
Yep.
and then got dog-walked by Georgia
That's
by
a good point.
25.
It's a good point.
So
Good
I will
point.
take Arkansas.
Okay. What's the over-under in that?
The over-under in that is... I don't have it.
58.5.
I'll take the under.
That's a lot. Okay, so keep going down your list.
So officially, my pick, Arkansas.
Okay, that's your pick.
Yes.
I don't hate the
You
USC
did.
Oregon game. I'm not gonna pick that one, but keep going down your list.
Pitt at Georgia Tech.
Yeah, you're on the Georgia Tech train too, right?
No, that's you. You went
No,
on.
I'm not on the Georgia Tech.
You're on Haynes King. That's your guy.
He said Jason was screaming Georgia Tech big. I said that's a trap
No,
game.
you said you can't take Georgia Tech's coach because of Haynes King. Remember?
But I never said about the game. This
oh no,
bet.
I'm just saying. I don't care. I don't bet. I'm not Pitt, Georgia Tech.
I never said anything about taking Georgia Tech this week.
I'm not talking about this week. I'm just saying you're a Georgia Tech guy.
No, I'm not.
You're a Haynes King guy.
I like Haynes King. It doesn't mean I'm a Georgia Tech guy.
Well,
like, I think this is a tough
you like
tough
the quarterback,
matchup.
you like the team.
I like this is a tough matchup for Georgia Tech. Pittsburgh, I mean, you're just...
right? If you like the quarterback, you like the team, right?
You're creating your own narrative right here. Like, yeah, just because I like the quarterback, I think it's a tough game for them. I think Pitt could win. Cool. I'm not betting.
I have no interest in this game.
Me either. I'm not a Georgia Tech fan at all.
You are. You like the quarterback.
I like the quarterback. I don't think he's the best quarterback in the country.
You said he can't win. I can't hire who's their coach?
I want to see him do it without Haynes King.
But he's not a Heisman winner.
He's not a Heisman winner.
But he's the reason that man has the job.
That's not what I said. Literally not what I said. I said I want to see I want to see how good of a coach he is after he leaves. He didn't get the job because of Haynes King. I just want to see what he looks like. I don't know. He's only been the head coach for 2 years.
Right. But if he's that good, wouldn't you consider him for the Heisman?
I'm not saying he's that good. What the fuck are you talking about?
You just said I want to see him do without Haynes King.
He's a good quarterback. That doesn't mean he's a Heisman quarterback. What are you talking about?
But if he's that good.
I didn't say he was that good. I think he's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's a Heisman quarterback. What are you talking about? I'm so confused as to what narrative. I'm just really confused. I don't think
what I'm getting at it is are you saying that Haynes King is like a huge game changer?
No, I'm not.
So then
why does the coach need to do it without Haynes King?
Because I think Haynes King's a good quarterback. I think he fell into I don't think he's the best quarterback in the country. I think he's good for what they've got. I think that he's a head coach, been there for 2 years.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. But okay, so if it's fair to say that you don't think he's like an absolute game changer, then why does the coach
say game
need to
changer?
do it without him?
I think for what he's doing right now in that program, I think he is really good for that program, right? And having a coach.
Yeah, but that still doesn't mean you're a game changer.
No, I don't think he's a game changer. I don't think he's a Heisman quarterback.
Okay, so it's fair. So then if he's good enough to just keep getting guys that's really good for that system, then he should be fine in that sense, right? Like if I don't need an absolute just elite dog at the position, then I think it's fair to say the coach is doing enough to say that he's done well in that spot.
I've said Brent Key has done well. I like Brent Key. He's done it well with Haynes King that he inherited. I just want to see if he can go and do it with someone else who can fit in the system. That's all I'm saying. If he has a system that these other quarterbacks can fit in that works out, that's great. That's all I'm saying. He's only been the head coach for 2 years.
I know, I hear you, but basically what you're saying is if all your system takes is a system quarterback, then that sounds like you're a damn good coach at putting it and scheming it together.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is I don't know if the system works. I've only seen him do it with one guy.
Gotcha.
That's all I'm saying.
But the one guy's not a game changer.
But the one guy's not a game changer.
The one guy's good for what they've got. I don't know I don't know. Maybe he is a game changer. Maybe he is a guy. Maybe he's way better than we think he is, and the other quarterbacks they bring in stink. I don't know. All I said is that he's only done it for 2 years, and I want to see a track record. That was it.
Okay, just say you want to see a track record.
I said that from the beginning. I want to see the track record, and then all of a sudden, Haynes King's a Heisman Trophy winner.
But you did also say, I want to see him do it without Haynes King.
Because
you don't think Haynes King is a
because he has an experienced quarterback who's been there for a bunch of years, and he's been able to do it, and he's mastered the system. I want to see him bring in somebody in himself and go and develop that guy. That's all I'm saying. Have a track record.
But Haynes King's not a game changer.
He's not a game changer. When you talk about he's not a Heisman Trophy winner. I don't understand what the conversation. I want to see Brent Key do it have a track record with with different guy. That's it.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: you want to see him have a track record because then that's going to make you believe in who he is as a coach?
I want to see. You're talking about a system, right? What he's got right now is good, right? Great. When he leaves, is he going to be able to continue that with another guy? Can he be able to go bring a guy in there himself and have the guy develop and fit into a system? I don't know. That's what I want to see. That's it. I think Brent Key's a good coach.
You think it's hard to find another Haynes King?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what his system's going to look like after. Haynes King's a 4-year starter. He's been around for a long time. It's an experienced guy. There's a bunch of guys out there you can go find, but maybe they aren't good. I'm not saying he's a game changer, but I'm just saying he looks good in that system. If he can go and get another guy and the system works for the guys, then he has a system that's sustainable. He's done it for 2 years. That's it.
How long has Eric Morris done it?
With 5 different quarterbacks that he's developed to put him in the NFL.
No, how long has he done it as a head coach?
I'm talking about developing people. He's developed these quarterbacks. The track record of developing quarterbacks he has at different areas.
Now, but we're talking only about head coach.
I'm talking about developing. I'm just saying I want to see him develop somebody for more than just 2 years. I've seen Eric Morris do, and that's why Eric Morris isn't going to get hired at LSU. Because he doesn't have a long enough track record. He doesn't have the ability to say, hey, we're going to go get this guy. I think he's a good coach because he's developed quarterbacks. I've already said he doesn't have the ton of experience. That's why he's not going to come in here. I don't understand what the confusion is right there.
I think Lloyd's basically trying to say that you believe in him, but you're saying you don't. Because you're saying he has a system that's working for this one quarterback, but I think it's fair to say it may take a little longer than 2 years to master a system if he doesn't have. So because you just use the word master the system. Do you think that, and I'm just asking a question, do you think that Jaden mastered Denbrock's system, or do you think that the combination of Jaden, who's a very, very, very talented and exceptional player who has a lot of experience, who also had 2 first-round absolute dogs on the outside work, was that Jaden absolutely mastering the Denbrock system, or was that the perfect storm of talent and positional talent that all came together to get it over the top?
I think it's a combination of it all. I think he mastered it, but I also
yeah, of course. But yeah, I'm not. No. You can't.
You just asked him if it's a combination of it all.
System.
I just said I just answered your second part of that question. You said, is it that or is it a combination of whatever? I said combination.
So you're telling me you think that the system was mastered that quickly?
Wait a minute. You just said, did you think that he mastered the system, or was it a combination of him having a talent and marrying it with a good offensive coordinator and having the talent around? I said it was a combination of that.
Okay, so then at that point, then you're basically saying that it's probably not mastered. Like you straight up mastering the system.
Wait,
like if we're putting it all together, then we're not solely relying on mastering the system.
I'm confused at the when I'm saying.
So the reason why I'm bringing that up because you just said that Haynes King has come in and mastered his system.
Okay.
Not sure
wrong word.
Say something to master the system.
Wrong word. Mastered the system. Right. Haynes King came in as an experienced college quarterback. He's on his 5th year or 4th year, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Experience.
Played a lot of football.
Same way Jaden Daniels came in as an experienced college football quarterback. Jaden Daniels, supremely more talented than Haynes King. Right. I think Haynes King's talented. Jaden Daniels, obviously Heisman winner, number 2 overall pick in the draft.
And Haynes King came in as a 5-star quarterback too. So
he's talented. He's not untalented.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I think that I want to see him be able to bring another guy in and say, hey, this guy can go. We didn't see after Jaden Daniels was good, talented at Arizona State, came to LSU and combined it with everything else that we just said and became elite. Right?
Right.
Okay, so I want to see a longer track record. It has nothing to do against Brent Key or anything. That's it. Right. I just want to see if he has the ability to develop somebody else in a system that he's got and make them be good. That's it.
Brent Key has had Mackenzie Milton, Dylan Gabriel, Tyler Gabbert, Blake Bortles. The list goes on. Kevin Smith. He's developed a lot of quarterbacks.
Who's Kevin Smith?
You don't remember Kevin Smith at UCF?
No.
Yeah.
I remember the running back.
No, he was a dual threat quarterback, a little bit ahead of his time, but that was his first one. And then, but I'm sure you know Blake Bortles and what they did. Tyler Gabbert and where he was picked.
Blaine.
Mackenzie Milton.
Right.
Yeah, Blaine. Excuse me. Yeah, Blaine. And then obviously Tyler Gabbert.
Correct.
Mackenzie Milton, who got unfortunately injured. Dylan Gabriel, very good. And now you have.
And there you go. So he's development of quarterbacks. That's good. I didn't know that. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't understand where the whole attack came right there. Like, I wasn't, like, I'm not promoting Haynes King. Georgia Tech's, like, I'm not a fan of Georgia Tech. Like, I
think you should take him this week.
I'm not taking Georgia Tech this week. Like, I'm just so confused as to how that got, I don't know.
Because honestly, it just sounded like you were saying, I believe in Brent Key, but I also don't believe in Brent Key. And it was kind of like, all right, well, how do we marry this or put this together?
I think Brent Key's a good coach. I've said that from the beginning. I think he's a good coach. I didn't think that LSU was going to go after him the same way I didn't think they were going to go after Eric Morris. I mean, it was as simple as that. I think he's a good coach. I think he's done great over there. But I don't think he was going to come here. Same way I didn't think Eric Morris was going to come here. I mean, that's about as simple as that.
Yeah. Tennessee -4.5 at Florida.
Okay.
Any takers? BYU -2.5 at Cincinnati. And those are the games I have on the board.
Where was the one I just saw? I mean, I like the North Texas one. I guess I'm gonna ride the Arkansas game with y'all. I mean, it's in our parlay. I really want to take USC on its own against Oregon, but I'm just terrified of that. There was a game that I saw on here that was like very, I want to say obvious. It's never obvious.
Let me look at the board with you. I'm gonna go.
I mean, Georgia Tech's favored by 2.5 against Pittsburgh.
Take them, dude. You just made this whole grandstand for. This is the time. That was a moment.
I just told you I liked Pittsburgh before this whole argument. Before the show even started, I was like, I don't know why you would take it. But Pittsburgh spurned me last week, so I'm not taking them again. Like, we just had this conversation off air.
I know, but I figured after that whole hullabaloo, you should, like, all right, I'm going to back my mans.
I'm not going to get into
Look, what did you just call this? A hullabaloo?
Yeah, I'm not going to get back into that because, yeah, no. Arizona State at Colorado. We don't like that.
I'm changing my pick to Georgia Tech.
We don't like Arizona State -7 at Colorado.
I do. I mean, Dion is on playing defense.
I like that too. Spread keeps going up.
Dion is absolutely. Give me time. Give me time without my boys. Shadur.
All right, so where are we going? I'm going North Texas.
I got Arky.
Okay. Jared?
Hey, so this is the first time all year I've done this. I hadn't done this yet, but I want SMU money line at home against Louisville.
Love it.
That's where I'm at right now. Listen,
I love that.
That SMU team, they've got one loss at home this year. It was a double overtime loss against Baylor where they lost by 3, 48-45. Right now they're coming off of 2 straight wins. They had a home game against a top 10 Miami, beat them in overtime. Then they went to Boston College and did exactly what I said. They whipped a salty Bill O'Brien's ass. Now they're back home and playing against Louisville in this situation. And I think it's a 3 or 3.5 point spread. I would just take them outright right here. Win the ball game.
I like that. Okay.
Give me SMU at home.
SMU at home. Rhett Lashley joining the Lane Kiffin trolling on the internet, which is great. Rhett Lashley doesn't get enough credit.
I agree.
Rhett Lashley does not get enough credit.
Got a little shit to him.
Hey, I'm not putting this in the thing. Miami minus 18.5 at Virginia Tech. I think I kind of like Virginia Tech covering that. After all this they just hired. They're gonna have a bunch
James
of recruits
Franklin's around.
You got a little new energy. I like them covering that, but I'm not putting that into the parlay. All right, so
they're calling you Mikie Yellow Jackets in the chat.
Nice. I'm not gonna let you bait me anymore, Lloyd.
Lord, you're swimming right now.
I can't find the fucking games. Arkansas plus 8.5. And then what time's US SMU playing?
They are playing let's see. I just pulled this one up. They are playing at 11 a.m. on Saturday.
So it's at the top.
Yeah, 11 a.m.
All right, so you're taking the money line.
Yeah, I want money line on that one.
Oh, so they're the favorites. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You have it at 3.5 too?
No, I have it at 2.5.
Ooh.
Oh wow, that's even better.
Yeah, but not for the money line.
Not for the money line.
Not for the money line. No, I know.
No, it's better for the money line. It gets it closer.
Yes, you're right.
And then
I like it.
What did I say I was picking? North Texas.
Oh. Georgia. Oh,
Yeah.
Mikey jackets. They're saying we should take Arizona State in the chat.
Arizona State.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Kenny Dillingham.
Making a statement.
Right. I mean, I ain't fucking leaving.
I like. That's what I said. Arizona State at Colorado, 7.5. You want me to put that in there instead of North Texas?
No.
Oh my God, you're teetering. Just make your decision.
Let's do a four-gamer. Let's do a four-game. One for the chat.
Okay.
One for the chat. One
All
for the chat.
North Texas minus 17.5. Arizona State minus 7.5.
About the half point on both of those.
I'm not buying them.
Oh,
Plus 1,074 odds right there.
there we go.
If we're gonna hit one, let's hit the biggest one.
Whale. Whoosh,
If we're gonna
into
hit
the
one,
pool.
let's hit the biggest one.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you, chat.
There we go. Appreciate y'all.
Hammer BYU, Cincy. Let's do a big one.
Appreciate y'all.
Buzz, Mikey.
I'll put them in one. Fuck it.
Put Georgia Tech in it.
I'll put them in a different one. Fuck y'all.
You're being Major League back to the minors.
Oh
The
man.
Buds.
All right. Mistake of the day. Lloyd, go
My
ahead.
mistake of the day is
Lloyd got you swinging at all these sliders right now. You ain't got to do that.
I didn't
Keep
bet
it from your
anything.
shoulder.
I just bet my own one parlay. Y'all know my rule. I don't put any more money in my account. I ain't got that much in there.
done with it. We have the Baylor pisser has officially been caught. So a Baylor freshman who ran an anonymous account on Twitter posting videos of himself urinating on campus was identified by police and referred to student conduct on September 26th. According to the Baylor University Police Department, as of today, the university has confirmed the student is no longer enrolled at Baylor. Here is a map of his piss spots. And, you know, there was a time, Jared, you didn't get to enjoy this at LSU. If you were tailgating, you got to find a place to go. I have seen this personally happen. There's a wall next to the you've been there.
Mm-hmm.
The Indian Mounds.
Mm-hmm.
Jared, Alexandria's finest.
Who's Alexandria's finest?
The Indian Mounds.
Oh,
That's where the
okay.
tailgate is. You know a couple fine folks.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
a piss wall over there, and you run the risk, right? If you can't get into a
Bathroom.
urinal, bathroom, what it is, you just piss on the wall, and
You
every
smell
now
it on Monday when you go to school.
my
When you go to
good
class.
God.
Oh my
Every
God.
now and again, there will be somebody that will roll up on you, try to grab you. I had a friend that got rolled up on. It was a group of 4, and a drunk mother goes, "Just run." And sure as shit, he took off.
Dick out.
Yeah, put it up, kept going,
Wow.
into the crowd, into the Indian Mounds, gone. He's about 5'5", and they're like,
Nice.
he's gone forever.
So they're trying to jump him?
No, he's trying to get arrested.
Oh,
for
it's
pissing
4
on the
cops. I
wall.
thought you said 4 people came out.
No, it was,
like,
it was a
they were
group
like-
of 4 like guys that were like
Gotcha,
apprehended
okay.
against the wall.
Yeah.
And she was just like, just run. And,
Yeah.
like, they can't get us all.
Yeah.
And so he took off, and
So they had him against the wall with his dick out in his pants. Nice.
and they just took off and got away with it.
Good for him.
You want to tuck that back in now? Yeah.
Yeah, got to take it,
Tuck it as
took it
he's
on the
running.
run. Took it on the run.
Pissing everywhere while he's going. Yeah.
Shout out to,
Uh,
I can't say his name because he's got a very prominent job
Yep.
in a
Curtain
family.
Curtain call.
What was that?
What is what?
You didn't hear that? Oh, it was them.
Curtain call.
Curtain call.
LeBron James? Is that too easy?
What's wrong?
Oh, he just came back and dropped, what? 12, 12, and 5?
Is that worth a curtain call just because he's older and he came back, got hurt, and dropped 12, 12, and 5?
I mean, he's 42 years old.
I know.
It is year 23.
It
it
is.
is a long
It is.
time.
It's almost like you just expect it, which is wild. I guess it is a curtain call. You just expect it to happen because it's him.
And NBA's had the highest ratings they've ever had
Nice.
because of, I would imagine, Kenny, Chuck,
And
Ernie,
Shaq.
Shaq. But yeah,
All right,
I mean, I'm a
curtain call,
LeBron guy, so
Okay. Curtain call. It's LeBron. Jared, you got one?
Yeah, I got one, man. I think about this, and we could have easily used this one last week, but it's been obviously more apparent that he's going to get the opportunity to do that even more so this week and make a case for himself. You start your freshman year as a backup. You then find your way starting 8 games. You then parlay that into moving to a higher profile school where you just knew coming into it you were probably backing up a Heisman hopeful, Heisman potential candidate. It has not gone that way. My curtain calls to Michael Van Buren. Go make your case, kid. Right? Like you had an opportunity last week, came up with the dub. You have another opportunity this week to, if nothing else, if it's not at LSU, and I'm not at all saying it's not. Once again, we keep having this lane conversation. We keep talking about what they're doing there this year. We'll go look at who they're doing it with in terms of the quarterback situation. I think that kid was a little less touted than the one you have here as well. So you never know what can happen. But what I am saying is my curtain calls to Michael Van Buren for someone who's at the opportunity to go make so much more money than when he first stepped onto a college campus, all by just continuing to ride that wave that where he was and how it is where it is for him right now. So opportunities there in front of him. He's got another 4 quarters to go out there and make a point. See what he does with it.
Yeah, I love that. I can't. I'm actually. It makes me look forward to watching the rest of the games, honestly, because I want to see what he's got. I want to see him play and see him perform and do all of that. My curtain call is to Jimmy Sexton. We talked about him earlier. He is the winner in this whole thing. He is pulling the strings, the puppeteer. He has all the big-time clients, and he is negotiating against himself, which is pretty wild if you really think about it.
Yeah. Here's my offer. Here's my other offer. How
if,
can I make
if you're really thinking about it, he's just negotiating with himself.
Have you ever seen a Libra scale go up?
It's just it's the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen and experienced and witnessed of my entire life. And he's got a monopoly on the coachings in college football. And Jimmy Sexton is just doing it right and doing it better than everybody else. And
also,
curtain call to him.
Curtain call to the Southern Regional Medical Center boys. That was a fun little segment.
Yeah, it was great.
Good to have the boys in here.
We'll have them on more Fridays. It'd be nice.
Yeah, very open atmosphere.
No doubt. All right, that's all we got for you on this beautiful Friday. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you can't watch us, but you like listening to us whenever you get your pods. We'll be back live in studio on Monday. Remember, Monday will be the only show we got. A lot to talk about, I'm sure, on Monday. Be a lot to talk about. I'm sure Tingle and Co. have an emergency show on Sunday, as y'all normally do.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll have to.
Yeah.
Drive back.
But imagine there's going to be some coaching information. Some dominoes are going to start to fall, and a lot of people are going to be happy. A lot of people are going to be upset. So we'll be here to talk about all the reactions to that on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. If you're going out to the game, enjoy that. And we'll see you on Monday. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Have a great weekend. Peace.
Get him up. Get him up high. Hold him up. Stick him up.
Hell no, let's go.
All right.
Jeez.
Damn shit. Fuck. Handshake for Heisman.